The person who has nothing for which he is willing to fight.
Nothing which is more important than his own personal safety.
Is a miserable creature.
And has no chance of being free.
Unless made and kept so by the exertions
of better men.
Of better men.
than himself.
Those are the words spoken by John Stuart Mill,
Philosopher and member of the British Parliament.
He made that statement in the 19th century.
It is as true today
as it was then.
Newnan High School respects and appreciates the betterment of our community
and all veterans of American military service
that sacrifice so much for us,
that come to our school to teach us
about country, service, and commitment.
At Newnan High School, we also learned about the better men
from Coweta County that gave their lives in service of our country,
for our freedom
and others' freedom around the world.
During the Second World War.
63.
63.
63.
63.
Better men from Coweta County gave their lives.
Charles Burson was in the Navy for 5 years before he met death on April 5th, 1945. He died from a shell explosion in the Marshall Islands.
Colton L. Jackson was a part of the 99th Infantry Division in the U.S. Army. He was a part of the Medical Corps, and he was reported missing in action in Germany. His father later received a message from the War Department stating that Milton had died of severe wounds on December 23, 1944. He gave his life for his country, and now he rests with his mother and his father.
George Hammond was born August 15, 1917 in Roopville, Georgia. He attended Newnan High School and graduated in 1934 and enlisted in the Army Air Corps in 1940.
George Hammond was the first lieutenant of the 488th Bomb Squadron during World War II. While serving in Italy, Hammond and his squad were shot down by Nazis, which led to his death in March of 1945.
Mel Witcher was born and raised in Newnan, Georgia. He was a member of the U.S. Army Air Corps in World War II. He was killed in action June 15, 1944.
Bobby Beers, Georgia Tech football star,
Second Lieutenant, U.S. Air Force, killed in action August 11, 1942.
Eldred Reynolds went to combat to serve our country on August 15, 1941. He died on August 8th of 1944.
During the Vietnam War.
23.
23.
23.
23.
Better men from Coweta County gave their lives.
Tim Cole Jr. was a Newnan High School graduate who attended Georgia Tech for 2 years before voluntarily enlisting into the military. He was a warrant officer of the 45th Medical Company 1st Flight Platoon. In his 9 months in Vietnam, he flew over 800 missions and evacuated over 1,600 military personnel and Vietnamese civilians. His last mission was cut short as his helicopter went down, killing him and ending his exemplary service.
Donald Lowry, 19, graduated from Newnan High School.
He joined the Army in 1966 when he was fatally wounded when his patrol was ambushed.
James Kerr, Palmetto, Georgia, married high school sweetheart and visited her on R&R in Hawaii. Died 2 weeks later.
Was posthumously awarded the Bronze Star Medal and the Purple Heart.
Private First Class Arthur Hines from Grantville served in the 4th Infantry Division and was killed in action on February 10, 1968, 7 months after marrying his high school sweetheart. Hines is currently buried in Grantville Cemetery.
Larry Gunnell Pinson was a Vietnam War veteran from Grantville, Georgia. He sacrificed his life to fight and died in Vietnam. He went to Central High School and played on one of the first football teams there. We thank Larry for his sacrifice and bravery for our country.
Sergeant Grady Elder of Granville died in Vietnam at the age of 30, surrendering his life to the military for 13 years, leaving behind his wife and 5 children. A few months later, his wife died in a car accident, leaving the kids as orphans. Johnny Calhoun, beloved son, husband, and father. He was in the Special Forces in Vietnam.
He was last seen shot 3 times and pulling the pin on a grenade as enemy troops advanced to his position.
He was awarded the Distinguished Service Cross for his extraordinary heroism.
His blood and valor will never be forgotten.
Sergeant Eddie Couch from Sonoya, Georgia, who graduated from East Coweta High School. He was a member of the 101st Airborne Division and was awarded a Purple Heart and a Silver Service Star. He was killed just after Christmas in 1968.
These men and the many others
From Coweta County, Georgia.
Should never.
Should never.
Should never.
Should never.
Should never.
Be forgotten.
At Noonan High School, we make sure
Their courage. Their exploits.
Their stories.
their valor,
Their families.
their sacrifices,
Their influence.
Their legacy.
is not forgotten.
they are remembered.
They are respected.
They are admired.
They are honored.
They are revered.
They are appreciated.
They are part of our education.
They are the better men.
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 That John Stuart Mill spoke of 150 years ago. At Noonan High School, we have the opportunity to be better people because of the example they have set for us.
If we remember, they never really die.
If we remember, they never really die.
If we remember, they never really die. If we remember, they never really die.
From all of us in the World War II and Vietnam classes.
From all of us at Noonan High School.
To all the men that have given their lives and to the families they left behind.
Thank you.
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 We are Noonan.
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 We remember.